Hey, good morning, you guys. It is Monday morning. It is May the 4th. I know a friend of mine usually does a May the 4th be with you party and haven't seen any invitations for that. So I'm sure that got canceled because of this coronavirus. I am coming to you guys live this morning with a little bit different message. Christy Moore, who is a friend of mine, she was going to be the guest with me this morning, and we were going to do her interview and let her share her story. First of all, she's like an amazing real estate broker, super smart, has built her business up multiple times, and is just really quick on her feet. She's good with money. She's good and just an amazing entrepreneur. Well, she bought an 84 unit apartment complex a short time ago, and it's literally consuming her right now, which I get. I mean, we all get as business owners when sometimes we take on projects that are we don't really think they're going to be as big as they are, and then they're overwhelming. And so she's got this project that she's working on, and God love her, she's got a huge project on her hands, and so she definitely has got to reschedule for this morning. We're going to give her some time to get that apartment complex under control. So look at me doing her interview in June. And then I put a post up last night about my schedule because I had committed to doing this every morning at 9. When the coronavirus first came about, normally I do these anything but average episodes once a week. They were done on Tuesdays at noon, and I interview somebody in any industry, a business owner, entrepreneur, someone to share their story and give success tips and words of encouragement. And then when this coronavirus came, I decided we needed to do it every day because there was too much negativity out there, and I wanted to share some positivity. Because when you're a business owner, you know, things can be overwhelming, and if you allow that poison to enter you and you allow that fear to enter into your soul and your mind, it's crippling, and it can make you not be able to run efficiently and not be able to run your business the way that you should run your business. And so that was the commitment that I made in April. Definitely did it every day. You guys know, if you were paying attention, I interviewed everybody, not everybody. I interviewed a lot of people that I am in business with, that are my friends, that are my colleagues, people that are leaders in their industry, and just amazing people. And so I'm going to continue that. Now, I can't continue that every day because my schedule is also insane. And so that was a challenge for me to do it every day, but I did. But I am going to put my schedule together and from here on out and make it a commitment. I'm just going to look at things. I think probably 12 o'clock is going to work best to continue long term, 12 o'clock Central, because mornings, when you're especially running an organization, a lot of mornings you're spent in meetings, you're spent on the phone doing follow-ups, that kind of stuff. And I also am involved in a lot of charities. And so I have a lot of meetings in the mornings. So I will put that out at the end of today and figure out what my schedule is going to be for going forward with anything but average, achieving success in life. But what I wanted to share with you today is here in Texas, where I am, I'm in Houston. Here things have eased up. Businesses are opening. Of course, real estate was an essential, so we have been open at the office every day. I've been here every day except for on the weekends. So nothing has really changed for me in how I structure my day, other than I wasn't going on appointments inside people's homes. A lot of the agents weren't coming here into the office. A lot of people were feeling disconnected because they were trapped at home. And so here we're encouraged because people are out, people are resuming some kind of a normal life. And you know, when this first came about, you know, there was this paralyzation, like what's going to happen next? Where do we go from here? How do we recover from this? And nobody knows. For one, you don't know what the next day is going to bring. You basically get through the day, you do your best no matter what you're involved in, and then you work through your plan. You should always have a plan, and usually you should have a plan B in case something doesn't work out, your plan A. So with this coronavirus, you know, we don't know long-term effects. And as they're saying now, you know, a lot of these numbers that were reported as deaths from the coronavirus or from COVID really weren't. They were pneumonia. And that's a whole nother controversial story, and we won't even go into that. But I'm one who is an optimist 100% anyway. People say I live in La La Land, and I'd rather live in La La Land than the land of fear. But what I do know is that I believe that we are going to come out of this stronger stronger as a nation, stronger as business owners, stronger as families, stronger as people, which is a fantastic thing. With the coronavirus or COVID, there has been a lot of silver linings in my family and in people that I know, people that are entrepreneurs in other industries. They have seen silver linings. And so probably in your own life, you've seen silver linings as well. What I do know is that God gives us, our hands are stacked. He gives you the hand that you're dealt with, and that's how you function your life. I have never had that kind of life where it's on easy street and I'm coasting and it's like, yeah, and maybe my business is going to be good, maybe it's not. I'm always been hustling, grinding, always making a way sometimes where there didn't seem to be a way. So for me, I am never going to let off the gas pedal, no matter what's going on, no matter if there's a virus going on, no matter if I have $1 million sitting in the bank. It doesn't really matter because I'm not wired that way. Everybody is made differently. And so in 2010, for those of you that don't know, I went through a really hard time. In 2008, the mortgage industry crashed. I was a lender at that time, also a single mom, had went through a divorce, had 3 kids. And so I went through a really traumatic time there, 2008, 9, and 10, when the mortgage industry was down. Again, I was a lender, self-employed, not really getting any financial help from my ex-husband. And so times were tough. I also have a special needs child. And so I'll never forget this summer then of 2010. I pretty much lived that summer on credit cards, had to feed my kids, and I don't usually share this publicly, but I had to feed my kids buying groceries at Super Target. And at that point in time, I pretty much just surrendered to God and was like, I know there's got to be a way. Life shouldn't be this hard. I'm a good person. I'm making the right choices. I'm doing the right things. I'm obedient. I'm not out there hurting anybody. I'm out there helping people and doing everything I can to help people. And so I just dug in deep to hustling every single day and kind of like never lifting my head up. It was just like running at full force and never coming up for air. And that's kind of how I have functioned ever since, because when you are a business owner, whether you're a small business owner or a large business owner, you do always have that what if. What if, the sky falls and I can't pay my bills? And what if I can't feed my kids? And I can't even imagine like a large business owner right now, they're in the same shoes as us small business owners are. Their overhead is, 10x mine, or maybe even 20 times mine. And so it's the same kind of fears that can creep in. It's the same kind of strengths that you must focus on every day to be successful. And so when I went through that hard time in 2010, that I believe God kind of aligned me with, these are what can happen to people. And when people struggle like that, when you go through struggles like that, it makes you very compassionate to others that are struggling, especially single moms, business owners that are struggling. For me, I get my strength from God. That's just straight up. I'm never one that goes out seeking counseling. Never had a counselor. I've never had to sit down and be like, I'm totally lost and I don't know what else to do. I just dig deep in scripture. I dig deep in prayer. I shut the world out around me in the early morning hours, and I write and I pray and I meditate on his word, and that he promises to give us an abundant life. And for me, if that was in 2010, this is 2020, I would say he's kept his promise. I've never went without anything. My kids have never went without anything. I maintain a company. I run a large organization. I take care of my family. I take care of a lot of people, actually. I am in charge of a lot of people's families eating. And so for me, I raised my hand when I said I was going to be a business owner, and I took that on. And so you guys out there that are business owners, if you raised your hand to be in business, you need to realize that just because we just went through, or maybe are still going through, a time of uncertainty, doesn't mean that's the end. That isn't the end. With everything in life, oftentimes God pauses things so that you can relook at things, reevaluate things, and then come out full force. So we kind of have been in a pause. Well, here in my organization, we have embraced this pause. We are excited about this pause, and we're thrilled that this pause for us, we see that it's over. We came out of it okay. Thank heavens, I don't know anybody that lost their lives. I know people that had people close to them that lost their lives, and I feel sorry for everybody that has suffered during this time. But I do believe that there's a solution for every problem. And so perhaps during this time of uncertainty, your job, maybe you hated your job. Maybe your job wasn't secure. Maybe deep down inside you wanted to do something different. So maybe you should be using this time right now. If you're still working from home or you're still hating your job, maybe you need to do something different. You can always start over. Every day we get a new chance for new opportunities. It isn't just because you're doing something today, you have to do this for the rest of your life. I am blessed that I get to get up every single day and do something that I love with people that I love. So my life is extremely blessed. And when I see other people doing the same thing where they get to get up, get up every day and spend the day with people that they know, like, trust, love, doing something that they love, that's the biggest blessing in the whole wide world. So if you went through this COVID thing and you were down and you were depressed and you weren't having a good time and you were reevaluating things, reevaluate how you want to spend the rest of your life. Because you know what? Time is precious. It's super precious. And the older that we get, the faster it goes. And the more you need to really look at what you're doing, who you're spending your time with, and what your priorities are. Because at the end of the day, if your priority is, the almighty dollar and that's all you're concerned with, then there's a problem. Because God will always take care of you. He will always make sure that you never go without anything. You need to make sure that you're doing the right things in the right order, aligning yourself with the right people every single day. If you're spending your day with negative naysayers and the sky is falling kind of people, you might want to look around your people that you're with and maybe look for some new friends. If you're trying to lose weight and everybody that you're around eats cheeseburgers and French fries all day long, you might want to be around some new friends. If you're trying to grow your business and the people that you're around, they're content where they are, or all they do is bitch and complain about their situation, you might want to look at some different people that you hang out with. I want to share something with you that has become really evident to me during the entire month of April. And it dawned on me about midway through April. Almost every single person that I interviewed in the month of April was somebody that I've met now and am friends with, dear friends with, in EXP. And this isn't an EXP pitch. You can take it for what it's worth. This is just straight up facts, and this is straight up truth. As a business owner, I've had my own independent brokerage. I've also worked at Remax. I worked at Keller Williams. I worked at Coldwell Banker, and I started at Gary Green. So I know what it's like to work for all the big box companies. Never did I feel when I was at one of those companies like I was solidified with a group of people that were together. We were all basically competitors. You have your niceties in the hallway and your niceties at sales meetings. Hey, how's it going? But you didn't ever get together and be like a driving force trying to change the industry. And so when I opened my own brokerage, agents came here and we were growing quickly. We had 50 agents real quick. And so for me, basically the top producer in the office, of course, broker owner, top producer, I was I would say, that old saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to change your room. I felt alone by myself because it was like I wanted to do more, so much more I wanted to do, and be around more people that were excelling further than I was so that I could learn from them. But there wasn't anywhere because I wasn't going to be able to go talk to competitors. They're not going to give me a time of day. They're not going to have a conversation with me. And so I look back now when I joined EXP with Michael and Jay, I can never thank them, and Woods, I can never thank them enough for making that call to me. And they were like, do you know what? And this was the most profound thing that Jay ever said to me that has just stuck with me. He was like, do you realize that you have a Blockbuster? You have a Blockbuster and EXP is Netflix. So look at that. Would you today open a Blockbuster? Hell no, you would not open a Blockbuster. So for me, when I was interviewing everybody in the month of April, in like midway through the month, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even know these people and I wouldn't even be dear friends with them if it wasn't for EXP. Some of these people, most of these people, quite honestly, they live all around the United States. Very few are here even in Texas with me. But I know this 100%, all of them. And you can go back through, which I asked you to do. They're all on my Facebook page. You can go back through all of those. There's not one person that I interviewed that I know, if I texted them right now and was like, oh my gosh, I need help. And if something was dire, they'd be on a plane if we could fly, or I would be going there. They would always be there for me in a split second, no matter what. And I, again, would not know them if it wasn't for EXP bringing us together. So throughout all of this silver lining of the COVID virus, like I said, there's been so many silver linings in my life, but that for me has been one of the biggest silver linings yet, is gratefulness, gratitude, because I can't imagine what would have happened to my mindset had I not been aligned with these ultra mega top producing leaders in this industry, people that are my friends, people that I respect, people that I admire, and people that I share my business life and my personal life with. So for you guys out there that are watching this, you need to look at where your future is, because if you suffered during the month of April and you didn't have really people to guide you or talk to or mastermind with or share ideas with, you need to look at your circle of friends. Look at who you collaborate with. Do you have people to collaborate with? We at EXP, our organization, you know what? This I know for sure. When I joined EXP, and that was in 2018, October, they put up their vision boards, and some of the vision was 2020 world domination. I'm here to say that 100% I believe that will happen, and I can't wait. I'm excited that I am part of this organization. All of my agents that have come with me, all of the people that I have aligned with EXP are excited about it. And if you guys are out there and you're like, oh, EXP is just a bunch of recruiters, you couldn't be further from the truth. What we are, especially this core group that we have, within EXP, we are out here making a difference. We're out here making sure that you live an abundant life. We're out here making sure that you know what to do. You're doing the right things in the right order, and that you're never left alone. And if you are out there and you feel alone, reach out to me. Reach out to one of the people that you've seen me interview. Everybody is always here to help you guys. So that's kind of my personal message for you all today. That was one of my biggest silver linings during my month-long daily interviews with people. And so I'll be reposting those. I'll be resharing those. I have a page created that you'll be able to go to and look at all that content. But again, as the world changes and the new norm comes to surface, which we don't know what that will be yet, look at what you're doing. Look at who you're in business with, and look at, who you get to spend your time with every day. And if you're not happy, make a change, because you know what? It all boils down to your choices. You have a choice to change what you do every day. You decide. Have a great day. I'm here if you need me. Tricia Turner, right here. Bye, y'all.